Okay, so we're now going to walk through the creation of a new project in the rankCARE software. This is a screen that will greet you when you first start the program, and from here there's just two options, either starting a new project or opening an existing project. So for this example we're going to start a new project, and by clicking that button the wizard will appear. Now up here we can enter the project name, and then we need to add some parameters. Now these are the values that the areas will be weighted against when we're giving them a score and ranking them against the other areas for contamination levels. So I'll just quickly stick in some example names here. Now the second column here is weight. Now this is how much weight each of these parameters has on the final score, and since we have three parameters here, the sum of these weights need to add up to 100. As you can see down here, there is a helpful counter that will just allow us to make sure we get the right amount. Now the next column is minimum. It's the minimum value that this parameter is able to have, and the next column is just the maximum. The third column is the step, meaning the step that a value must take between the minimum and the maximum to be valid. So if we just change this one to a step of 2 and a maximum of 6, the valid values for this parameter are now 0, 2, 4 and 6. If you get any of this wrong, you will get a helpful reminder when you click next, just telling you what you need to fix before you can continue. Now the next screen allows us to enter in descriptions of the parameters we've just created. So I'll just quickly enter in some descriptions so we can move on. These don't actually have any bearing on anything else in the program, but it does help a lot when entering values later on. Okay, and once that's done, we'll click next and move on to step 3. Here is where we define the number of sites. Now a site merely holds a number of areas. So I'll just make up some imaginary sites here at the moment. And the comment just is there to give more description about the site. Sorry. And clicking next will take us to step 4. The final step just asks us to add some areas to each of the sites. So I'll just add 2 to the first one, 4 to the second, and 3 to the last one. Now here we can change the name of the site to give it a better description. We can add a comment if we want to add some more information that won't fit in the name. And here we can also add a latitude and longitude. Now this is stored in a decimal degrees format, and it enables us to be able to view the area through Google Maps. If you wish to enter coordinates in another GPS format, then we can just hit enter coordinates when you have the area you want to enter selected, and from here you can enter the coordinates in either DMS or UTM. It is important to note that the coordinates will need to be entered in the formats in the examples given here to be understood in the program. Once you've entered it in here, it will convert it to latitude and longitude, and then enter it in these boxes here. If you want to view it on a map, you can click this button here and it will use your default browser and open it in Google Maps. If we then click Finish, we'll be asked to actually enter the data for the different variables. I'll just quickly add a few here so that the chart isn't completely empty. And once we've done that, we can hit close and we're all done. This will bring us to the chart view, and this is the main area of rankCARE. From here we can set a minimum score if we only want to view those areas with a score of above 20. That will highlight those for us, and if we want to go back to the default view, we can just hit reset filter options, which will always take us back to the original view. We can also remove certain sites to make the chart clearer, and from here we can also save the chart as an image, copy it to a clipboard, or print the chart. We can also change the chart type from the default scatter plot to a bar graph or to a line graph. The other option we have is to hide the point labels. As you can see, next to each dot point there is the name of the area and in brackets the score. So we can turn off the area scores and turn them back on through the chart menu. And we can hide the area name completely. Now from here we can also zoom in on a certain area of the chart and go back to the original view. If you want to change the values of one particular area, it can be done by clicking on the dot point, and from here we can set just that dot point's values, which is then immediately reflected in the chart. If you want a quick look at the dot point, you can just hover over until your cursor becomes a finger, and it will give you the details of that particular area. I hope this has been helpful, and always remember to save your project before quitting out of rankCARE. Thanks a lot.